Is this on? Okay, I think it's on. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to Sexy Sync. Today we've got with us me, Reese Garner. We got Maci Dental. Isaac, get over here. We got Isaac Gonzalez, and we got Dylan Nichols.
Or Ray Bradbury.
Oh, it's secretly Ray Bradbury. Let's give a warm round of applause for our group. Come on.
Yay!
Oh my
We
god.
have a special surprise for you guys today.
Yeah, we resurrected someone.
It's great to be a part of the Sexy Sync session.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What are we talking about today?
I think we're talking
about this like very
451.
We started to spice up in the second part, guys.
I know, right?
Just that end.
Yeah, we just reached the conclusion of the second part, the seed in the sand. And let me tell you, it was pretty crazy.
In fact, that ending had me shocked. It's a spicy ending.
Yeah, it really is. Can you guys stop disrupting our session here?
We can all infer that they're goofing off.
So, now that we've finished section 2, we have some discussion questions to go over with you guys. So, the first discussion question is this. How many days a month does Mrs. Bowles, one of Mildred's friends, spend with her children? And how do her children feel about her? And how does this parenting style reflect the way society functions in this novel?
Didn't she say around like 3 days, I believe?
Yeah.
A month.
I would totally miss my mommy.
I would totally miss my mommy and my daddy if I had to go that long without seeing them.
But then again, it doesn't really seem like these children actually care for their mother.
That is such a true and insightful opinion, Dylan. Thank you for sharing with
It
class.
said that she can kick her children back. She's abusive. But it seems to be easily glossed over. Why is that? Because this society is messed up.
So what does this say? The fact that she only sees her children 3 days a month and she doesn't really seem to care. What does that say about the society that Montag and the others live in?
Also, in the novel, she also says that she just sits her kids in front of the TV and refers to it as putting clothes in the washer and closing the lid. What can we infer from this? That in the society,
She doesn't do laundry very often.
I'll tell you one thing, you can't put a kid in a washing machine. But one thing I've noticed, it doesn't really seem like anybody wants a strong relationship with their parent or with their significant other in the case of Montag and Millie.
So see, another example of this, when another one of Millie's friends, Mrs. Phelps, is talking about her third husband going off to fight in the war.
Hi, Shelby! Hi, Shelby! Oh, hi, Shelby!
So
That was one of our lovely pals, Shelby.
So, she was talking about how her third husband has gone off to fight in the war. Wow, that's kind of sad.
yeah, they're also told that if their husbands die in war, they need to just remarry and get over it.
I tell you one thing, if my husband went to war,
Your husband?
So, when Dylan's husband goes to war and dies, what should Dylan do?
Remarry.
Is that not
Another
it's
guy,
just shocking
but
how...
he doesn't love that other guy. Because in that
Are you
society...
gonna interrupt me again?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're gonna move on to question 2.
After Montag's disastrous attempt to invite...
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Everywhere,
Oh my
Macy.
After Montag's disastrous attempt to enlighten the women with his reading of Dover Beach, the poem, he tells Faber, "I made them unhappier than they have been in years, I think. Maybe they're right. Maybe it's best to not face things, to run, have fun. I don't know. What do you think? Is ignorance really bliss? Explain."
Here come a girl.
Is ignorance bliss? We've all heard the ignorance bliss, you know.
Ignorance bliss. Really reminds me of like flowers.
Here, let me get the lighting on you, Dylan.
Out?
Okay, so what do you think?
I just don't get how we're just gonna say ignorance is bliss. It's
I
not.
think
I agree, Dylan.
all the people in the society feel as if ignorance is bliss solely because they have lived their entire lives this way.
And they're just trying to avoid problems.
I don't think ignorance is bliss.
I agree, Maci. I think that people need to know things sometimes because life can't just always be about comfort and happiness.
I agree.
People do deserve to know the truth, especially in Montag society.
If ignorance is bliss, how are they going to fight the problems?
Exactly.
How are they going to move on and become a better society if they don't know the problems, if they don't acknowledge them? We can't ignore them. And I suck. Please.
The title of this section of the novel is The Sieve in the Sand. Sieve is another word for strainer. In this story, what does the sieve symbolically represent? What does the sand represent? Use evidence from the text to support your answers.
That is a really good question, Isaac. You know, Reese? What do you think?
Well, if we look in the text on page 74, let's look in our novel. On page 74, Montag is telling a story about when he was a little kid and his cousin was making him fill a sieve with sand. And if the sieve would be filled, he would give him a dime. In the text, it says, there were people in the suction train, but he held the book in his hands and the silly thought came to him, if you read fast and read all, maybe some of the sand will stay in the sieve. But he read and the words fell through, and he thought, in a few hours there will be Beatty, and there will be me handing this over, so no phrase must escape me. Each line must be memorized, and I myself will do it. So, according to the text, the sieve represents Montag's ability to retain the knowledge that he's been given. And the sand itself is the knowledge. And it's like sifting through his head. So he is the sieve. This can be shown when Montag is trying to read that. It was a bit in the Bible about the lilies of the field, and he couldn't even read the full sentence because of the
Advertisement.
and he wasn't retaining a single word of what he said, which proves that Montag is the sieve and the sand is the knowledge that he should be getting from reading these banned books.
It can also kind of show that our world wants to distract you. Their world wanted you to be distracted. They don't want you to retain any important information.
That is so true, Dan.
That is so insightful.
I think you might actually be Ray Bradbury. Did we bring him back on accident? I believe we have actually brought back Ray Bradbury instead of Dylan. So tell us, Ray.
Clarice is dead.
So Ray, why don't you read question 4 for us?
Why, certainly. What did you think about that cliffhanger at the end of part 2? Make predictions about what will happen next in the novel. How do you think part 3 will begin and end?
It'll begin with a big fight scene. Here, Macy, we'll reenact what the fight scene will look like.
I'm just gonna...
Okay, so here's our interpretation of what we think the first scene in part 3 will be. So you are Montag and you are Captain Beatty. Go. Okay, if this doesn't happen as the first scene of Fahrenheit 451, we will sue Ray Bradbury and his publishing press.
Even though he's dead.
Even though he's dead, he will be sued.
But I would just like to reiterate the fact, I mean, Millie has never really shown a strong love towards Montag, in my opinion. And
I agree.
You
vice
guys
versa.
think that Millie
And I do.
called the fireman?
Maybe.
What an
He did say I was
insightful.
disposing of his books one by one, so maybe she did call him.
She was very openly against Montag
Bookphobic.
owning books. Yeah.
Bookphobic.
She's book phobic.
Bookphobic.
So, we've covered how we think the part is going to start. So, what do you guys think about the ending? How do you think the book's going to end? What do you think is going to happen?
I think
I think Montag is gonna fight.
Mary Faber.
I think Montag's gonna die. Montag
Raise your
will
hand if
die.
Montag dies.
I don't think Montag dies. I
Okay.
think he marries Faber.
We have a guest star with us today. Ben, come on. Say your name.
Hi.
There you go, Ben. Ben, can you help us with this question?
Yes.
Who do you think, what do you think is going to happen in the final part of the book?
I think Montag and Faber are gonna die.
You?
Kiss the camera.
So do we think the book is going to have a happy ending or a sad, upsetting ending?
I think it's gonna have a mid.
I think it's gonna be a.
I think it's going to be a little sad. There's so much going on that can't really be resolved in this limited amount of pages.
I don't believe
I
Montag's
think the
gonna have
ending will be
many
up for
allies.
interpretation.
I agree. What did you say?
I think the ending will be up for interpretation. It'll be whatever you believe it is.
I agree. All right, that covers all of our bases today. So we'll see you guys on the next Sexy Sing video. Maybe we'll have Montag as a guest star.
All right, guys.
Safe, study,
Peace out.
safe.
Wait, we have to shut this. Hold on. Bye, guys. Today we have a special surprise for you guys. We have a few guest stars. All right, and that is our dancing special increment for the day. Thank you guys so much.